Morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Ah, man, I forgot to close the door. Oh man, I can't even tell you how I am. Trials and tribulations of an entrepreneur. I'll tell you, I've been going through some deep reflection. So
Yes.
I got 3 days left. I've been looking at, let me update you sort of live on my progress thus far. So I'm going to analytics, Google, and trying to take a look at how many visits on a page did I have. So I've been resending emails. One peculiar thing is what I found with traffic. Oh, sorry, not traffic. With sending emails is all of the people who jumped onto my beta test.
Yeah.
From Facebook seem to have never, well, there's been at least 39 people who have not opened a single email, which means one of two things. One, my emails are going to spam, where people can't see them, which is not unusual. I've tested one of the emails, sending it to my outlook.com account.
Yeah.
I never received it. Like, I have not received it. It's not even in spam. And it hasn't bounced, because I know that if it was a bounce, I would have seen it.
Yeah.
So that's peculiar. I removed most of my images from my emails because I know that images tend to raise the spam filter level.
Right.
Still, there's some people have never received it. Let's take a look. And the drum roll is. So I've been looking at how many people visited the sales page, and what I'm finding is not a heck of a lot. In fact, over, let's see, from when was it? So I opened the cart on the 21st. So from the 19th till today, oops, from the 19th of April until today. God damn it. Let's see. My page, excluding my own visits because I'm filtering out my IPs, has seen, oh no, 6 visits. So 6 visits, and 3 of them were unique. So 2 people came back and they were kind of considering. That's not a lot.
And when's it close? Wednesday, did it say?
Yeah, closes. It closes on Wednesday. On Tuesday, I'm sending out an email saying 24 hours left. Like all of those sales type emails.
Yeah.
So that got me thinking. Remember, I said, like, oh, you know what? I'm going to do another beta test.
Yes.
Launched an ad yesterday. Discovered 2 things. First and foremost, because I launched the ad on solobusiness.ca, the one account that was banned originally. Well, they banned me again. But this time, Facebook made the change where there's a chat that opens up and you can actually chat to the support team.
Okay.
The support team went in, reviewed my account, immediately set my ads to run.
So why was it blocked in the first place? Just
because we are trusting AI too much. That's a simple answer. The algorithm that is supposed to flag websites is just a coefficient must have spiked, and that was it. Anyway, I set the ads to run, and then discovered another thing. When you're a new account, Facebook doesn't allow you to run the ads without charging you. It actually sets thresholds. So you reach like $2.50, you spend $2.50, it charges you. You spend $4, it charges you. And then it gradually increases that limit of how long your ads would run until they bill you. So it's not like Google, they're not trusting at all. It's a scam-averse organization, despite the fact that they choose to scam other people too.
right.
The point being, when that happens, you get constant bills against your credit card because it's done by AdSet.
Yeah.
Sorry, by ad. So remember how we have campaign, ad set, and ad.
Yeah.
So if you have, I had 6 ads.
Yeah.
Each one, when it reached $2.50, it got billed. Then when it reached $4, an incremental $4 spent, it got billed. By late last night, my credit card company said, "Whoa, hold on, we're putting a hold on this card." So at about 10:30 p.m. last night, when I discovered this, because I got an email from Facebook saying, our billing failed. I called them up. It's like, yeah, this is all legit. This is me doing ads on Facebook.
Yeah.
But do they not? Anyway, my thought was, you're a big company and you have millions, hundreds of millions of users. Does it not strike you as the small person would feel this pain every time, and every company would most likely put a hold on the card because it seems like fraudulent transactions?
Yeah. Yeah. Like they're creating an enormous amount of burden on the credit card industry and on their customers.
Yeah.
Probably with let's give them the benefit of the doubt with good intent, but it's I don't know, it's stupid. It's almost like what they should do is they should have a one-time charge that says, what's your budget? It's $250.
Yeah.
We're going to charge you up front $250
And then
and then
withdraw.
take it off of that.
Yeah, that would definitely make sense.
Then you're only going to charge.
The story doesn't end there. And maybe because it was a Sunday, maybe everything fell into place because it's exactly how it had to be. So I launched 3 ads with different types. Oh crap!
Different types of typos.
Yeah, that. Yeah. I promise you, I reread stuff that I post, but
I know it's not you. It's your brain. That's why there's such a thing as proofreaders, because, and I learned this when I worked in retail and did ad proofing all the time, is like your brain tricks you into thinking that you're seeing what you want to see.
Yeah, that's why you could, those fun things that they send out with jumbled letters. But
yeah, it's all gibberish, but you can read it. Yeah,
yeah,
it's exactly the same thing.
It's exactly the same thing. I'm terrible at that. Anywho, my ads that I launched with the right copy, and this is the 3rd time I'm promising to send you copy, and I still haven't done it. Let me do it right now. The point is they have not generated leads. They generated 1. The cost per lead is $15 because of low traction.
Yeah.
And that pushed me almost over the edge with thinking that it's either not the niche I should be in for me. Like, this is not my niche, or the people who are in this niche are not responding to this, or my offer is hitting all the wrong notes. But I know that's not true because I've talked to people and they tell me that getting themselves to focus on what they want to do is one of the most complicated things that they have to do.
Yeah.
So it's almost like, and if I'm being a bit mystical here, it's almost like the universe is saying, like, no, this is not going to work.
Yeah.
It's like you're trying, you're hitting your head against the wall, but it's not going to work. So Wednesday, when it comes and goes, and we'll see the results, if any results actually show up.
Yeah.
That's going to be that's when I'm deciding to take a massive pivot. And would we be entrepreneurs if we didn't take pivots? So I've sat down today. It was a beautiful sunny day. My house is a 3-story house, and so the 3rd story actually sits like at the tree line, so you have a lot of sun there.
Yeah.
So I decided that solobusiness.ca is going to be focused on. So I'm going to try to do my analyst thing.
Yeah.
I've already started writing out what I could do, and I'm going to interview. Luckily, I have a bunch of people in my network that I'm just going to reach out and just interview them.
Yeah.
That is one. Then I'm gonna move all the content that I had on Solo Business that's dedicated to nutritionists to the domain that I bought, the Profitable Nutritionist.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna publish most of the content that I wanted to publish as a paid course for free. Assuming I get around to creating it, but I will.
Yeah.
I will. And yeah. So I'm going to a new beta test.
So have you canceled your ads then over the weekend, or they're still running?
Let's see. Campaign. And it's canceled. $41 later, but it's canceled. Set 2. So that was a month worth of test. Now, as a coach, would you? So there's two thoughts again that come to mind. First one is, hey, look, you're giving up too easy. Maybe this is the dip.
Yeah.
Second thought comes to mind is, this was an excellent test, which proved, or in this particular case, disproved your perception of the market as being one that's hungry for the solution.
Yeah.
What would be your take?
I don't know. I mean, to me, I wouldn't be ready to totally dismiss it yet, just because, well, one of the ads you ran this weekend may not, I don't know if they are an indicator of anything really, because it's such a short time frame.
Yes, that's true.
I mean, the previous beta ad that you ran, you did get some traction there, or some leads. Like you had over 100 leads or something, right?
So, I had 80. I think I had 89 leads from ads.
Yeah. So I mean, that's something. Now, again, that being said, what's the context for what that number means? So I think you've said from the information you get from Jenna and the other folks you're interacting with on that course,
yeah,
that's a low number.
That's a very low number.
So
my biggest problem is I didn't get any engagement with those people.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah, you had a low number, and then of that low number, you had even lower engagement.
Yeah, but all of that engagement was not from ads. All of that engagement from organic signups.
Right.
In other words, I didn't have to run the ads to get the same result.
Right. Right.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's. I'm still curious to see what transpires, because it seemed to me like you did have a few people that were heavily engaged.
Yep.
With what you were doing.
Yep.
Whether that translate, I mean, the key, I guess, is, does that translate into a sale?
Mm-hmm.
And then you kind of analyze, if it doesn't, is that, what is the root cause of them not converting? Is it because they're not interested, which I think they are interested? Then it becomes what's the offer? What's the price point?
Yep.
That kind of thing, right?
And Jen's got she's got there's a whole lesson on unpacking the launch.
Yeah.
And it's a long laundry list. It's probably 3 or 4 letter-sized pages on everything that can transpire at the end of the launch.
Yeah.
If and when it works.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah.
No, I mean, I've had, like, on my home selling course, I've only had 2 people register for my webinar.
Yep.
And I emailed one of them and offered them the course for free. And they never responded. So I don't know whether they ever saw that email, because I sent it just through my regular email. I didn't send it through the Kajabi, so I wouldn't get tracking on it or whatever. But they never even responded. But it's funny, like on the weekend, I was working on content for my app, and I was re-listening to.
Did you reach, like, what happened with the conversation?
About the app.
Yeah.
Oh, he responded to me yesterday saying he's busy this week. He's got an intensive coaching thing this week with a client. Like he does 3-day intensive sessions with people. So he said it sounds interesting. He'd like to see what I've got in mind. Can we meet the week after, like next week?
Okay. So
So I
that's not a
responded back and said,
no.
yeah, I'd love to, that works for me. Just let me know. I said, my schedule's flexible. So I'll probably hear from him in a few days or before the end of the week on a date. But yeah, he's agreed to meet with me. So yeah, I feel good about that.
That's great. That's terrific.
Yeah. And I had another lady who's on my course. She posted in our group that she was thinking of signing up with Patreon. You ever heard of that? It's like a platform for delivering content. It's for like artists and stuff. I've looked at their page. I really still don't get it because they said the pricing seems like I don't really understand what it is that they're giving you, but they sell it's a platform for selling memberships to your content, and they earn a percent, but it's like 5%, 8%, and 12%. But it doesn't look like there's any upfront costs. So like I don't know. I don't even know what they give you. It's very, and I've watched videos and stuff. I don't know. I still don't really understand it. Anyway, she was thinking of doing that. So I posted on the thing and said, actually, I have a partnership program that I launch for as part of my business to help people, pursue their ideas of doing courses and stuff at a low cost. So she agreed to meet with me today. Although this morning she texted me and said she's having a bad day with seasonal allergies. Can we reschedule another time? But anyway, so that was exciting too, to get
So you're actually working on 3 different leads. You're retail,
yeah,
you're a coach.
yeah, I'm doing lots of stuff.
You are. I have a feeling that this is all going to convert. No, I mean, like, you're working, it takes all of those, 17 to 21 touch points that you need to do.
Yeah.
All of that happens and it'll convert.
Yeah. I mean, I feel really good about this app concept. And what I'm hoping he'll let me do is do, like I told you on Friday, I think two 10-person beta tests.
Yep.
And even if we just run it for a week or 2 weeks, and then I'll set up interviews with each person, kind of like Miguel did with all the people that signed up for his, and get feedback on the app. And part of it will be understanding the value, like what would they be willing to pay.
And you would be recruiting people in your program?
What's that?
And you would be reaching out to people in your program right now?
Yeah. And I mean, we just set up too. I've got 6 weeks of peer-to-peer coaching set up now as part of the course. I'm meeting with one person each week for the next 6 weeks, which is kind of exciting, but it's relationship building and stuff. But then I got to think, it's the whole, I didn't join this group with the intent of trying to turn it into business leads, but these are all people who are trying to run their own coaching business.
Yep.
So whether it's apps or my partnership program, or and none of these people strike me as being particularly technically inclined. So it seems like it might be a good group to leverage.
That's pretty awesome, man. That is pretty awesome.
So we'll see. I mean, back to your point though, like I haven't given up on my home selling course or my leadership for teens course, even though same with the leadership for teens. Like there was some teenager grade 12 student on my 7 Habits group on Facebook that was talking about being a procrastinator and wanting help. And I offered to give them my leadership for teens course for free. And I said, let me know if you're interested. And they liked my post. So then I sent them and said, okay, just go to this link and fill out your email address. and they said, I'll do that immediately, and never heard back from them. So I was like, I can't even fucking give this thing away. But I don't know. Like I was saying earlier, I didn't finish my thought. I was re-listening to this section on marketing where he talks about what is the cheese. And then the metaphor is that, mice like cheese, and you don't have to convince a mouse to like cheese. They already like it.
Mhm.
So you just got to figure out what is cheese for people. What is the cheese? And the other thing is that they don't like cats more than they like cheese. So you also have to, you can't
They
cut
don't like cats.
more than they like cheese. So if a cat was holding a piece of cheese, they're not going near that cheese. So
Yeah.
that's the other thing. You can't appear to be a cat holding a piece of cheese. Anyway, that's
No, I get it. Those are good metaphors.
yeah. So I'm still trying to figure out, because I think I know what the cheese was, or I thought I knew what the cheese was, but the more I listen to it, the more I get into it. It's like the cheese isn't what you think the cheese is. It's what they that's why it's kind of ties in with what Talia's talking about in terms of research.
Yeah,
Right?
that's true.
Like you got to understand what it is that they're thinking about. What is the language that they use to describe what it is that they're thinking about?
Yeah.
Because that's one of the other problems that he says we get caught up in, is we wrap everything in this marketing language, or we try to figure out some clever way to position something, but we're not using the actual language that the people would actually be using in their own head to think about it. Anyway, I got my other module for my manager's course done on the weekend, so I can spend some time the next couple of days contemplating cheese. I need to figure that out for my stuff. But I mean, the good news with your program, like, it's built, all the heavy lifting's done.
Yeah.
Now it's figuring out how to connect with those people. And what I'm realizing too, and not that I will try it, but like I've spent, I don't know, maybe a couple $1,000s on Google Ads.
Mm-hmm.
I got a lot of traffic to my site, but it didn't do anything. So what did it mean? Nothing. But again, like I think I was coming across as a cat holding cheese.
That's very interesting. So yeah, but it's still I'm still interested in trying to pursue this stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe so my strategy in my head is different now, and it's different from one angle. Going, like, if I may use your metaphor.
Yes.
So I am the cat holding the cheese.
Yeah.
So what if I change from a cat into just a cheese factory? I'm a cheese manufacturer holding the cheese.
Yeah.
Because if I'm trying to charge for something, why would people buy it? Why not take the approach that most tech companies use nowadays? You create a free product and you let people at it.
Yeah.
And the more people use it, the more traction you get. But the more traction you get, the more traffic you get. And the more traffic you get, the more popular you become. After which time you get actual people using your recommendations, your suggestions. Yeah. So in other words, create an environment where it feels like you're offering something that's premium, but you're offering it for free.
Yeah.
There are downsides, no doubt, because many people have said that anything free is still free, and people perceive it that way. There's no inclination to use it. There's no necessity to use it. What I was hoping to do is because remember my membership idea?
Yeah.
I still want to do that. I still want to do that because I can see a way to create a business that's multi-level win.
Yeah.
So a membership site can exist where a nutritionist creates content and people like it and subscribe to it, but they don't have to generate it because they partner with other nutritionists to kind of keep it going and
Yeah.
keep it fresh and solve people's ideas.
Yeah.
At the same time, in order to get that content onto that membership site, they have to go through all of the technical aspects that you just talked about.
Yeah.
And just like your audience, most folks are not technically inclined.
Yeah.
So if I should stop using the word if. So when I create a community, there's a greater likelihood to monetize on the things that people need anyway, such as Camtasia affiliate program, or I mean, you name it.
Yeah.
You just everything can be like affiliate income can be earned through multiple sources.
Yeah.
One person buys Thrive Card through me. That's $500, man.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm lying. That's $250 to $500. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But that is what I want to do. And I also want to create a lead magnet that describes all of the tools that I've used thus far. Kind of a free download of essential tools for new course creators.
Yeah.
See if people download it. Way to grow a list and also put in my affiliate links. Don't write that down.
I'm not.
Uh-huh.
I just see, it's kind of,
by the way, today's episode is called The Pivot.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I see you creating this community or this hub, bringing nutritionists together to leverage their combined, I don't know,
knowledge,
talents and knowledge stuff. But I see, like, it's funny because there was a post on the Kajabi group last week of somebody who was like, basically throwing in the towel saying, I'm done with Kajabi. This is way too complicated. I can't figure it out. And there's all kinds of people going like, how dare you? Or, it's not that complicated. Like, you're just not trying hard enough or whatever. But like, the reality is, like, for people who truly aren't technically inclined, it's still hard. Like, it's still confusing. It's
very hard.
It's still got language that people don't know what stuff means. In Kajabi, the biggest problem is there's a chicken and egg element to all kinds of components where it's like, I have to build a page with a form on it.
Mm-hmm.
I start building the page and it says, okay, what form are you using? And like, well, I haven't built a form. Then I have to go into the form and build the form. But oh, wait, there's part of the form that I need to build something for that before I can do that. It's like,
I know that very well.
Right? Like for people that don't know what they're doing or don't have the patience to figure it out. And it's not that they don't have the patience. It's just not their forte.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, to me, there's an opportunity to, it's not so much being their technical support as much as it is like, they handle being the nutritionist and they need somebody to handle the infrastructure of their business. And this is kind of what I'm trying to do with my partnership program too, is like, let's just leverage the one set of infrastructure that I have. So you don't have to buy more domains. You don't have to buy more pages. You don't have to buy things, but you create, this hub for people to just come and they do what they do, and they don't have to worry about any of that. It's all taken care of.
Yep.
I don't know. I haven't figured it all
out. But I see. So you're essentially, but what happens if you want to change something? Like, let's say this is the one thing that, because when you talked about this initially, I thought to myself, well, yeah, I can sign up for an unlimited domain account on WordPress.
Yeah.
I can have 25 different installations of Thrive Suite just with one subscription. So technically, I can build 25 websites for people and replicate a lot of the stuff that I'm doing from one website to the next.
Yeah.
So
But you need, like, and maybe I'm not thinking about it the right way, but like, to me, it's like if you did the profitable nutritionist slash Vadim slash Natalie slash.
Well, I can even with a host, I can bring in all of the domains. Like I can have gregfisher.com being just, so I don't need it's not going to be a subdomain. It's just going to be a domain on a hosting account.
Yeah.
On the same hosting account, just different folder. So that's all doable. But then I begin to think about this. So if something goes awry, you're on the hook. If you want to take a vacation, but somebody needs tech support, it's you. Not unsolvable, because technically you can hire people to do that.
Yeah.
As long as you have traction.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. Yeah.
Well, I mean, there's, and maybe it comes down to the details of what you're agreeing to with people.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, at the very, you know, worst case scenarios, you decide, you know what, fuck it, I'm going to get a job, and all the people that have their businesses on your thing, you just tell them, like, you reserve the right to at any time with, you know, whatever minimal notice it is, that you're packing up shop.
I don't think you can do that.
Why not?
Well, think about it. Think about it for a second. Who would sign up for a situation where their whole business, their whole web presence can be jeopardized by somebody saying, fuck it?
Yeah, well, what's Facebook doing?
Facebook, my friend, started as a free platform. Remember?
I know, but all I'm saying is, like what their changes they're doing right now with their Pixel, or I don't know, whatever. That's, I think from what I read, it's all due to some dispute they're having with Apple.
Yes.
Or whatever. Like, you know, like they're impacting millions of people's businesses. I don't know, like, and I'm not saying you don't do it like out of spite. You do it with a reasonable amount of notice that says, you know, within 60 days, like I can give you, it's like any business, like, I don't know, whatever, like you got a membership somewhere and they go out of business, you know, tough shit. Like that's business. Like if Kajabi decided right now, like, you know what, we're having too many issues, or a competitor comes in, or you know, we're not making money anymore, we're folding in the tent, everyone who's on Kajabi is out of luck. Like, it's not inconceivable.
No, it's not inconceivable. But yeah.
So the question is, why would somebody do that? I don't know. Maybe they wouldn't, but part of it is because they don't really have any other option. Like if they don't have the capability to build something and support something on their own, then they need to go with somebody who can. And if the framework around how it works in terms of the price and the rev share is appropriate, then they would do it.
Yeah, you know what, technically I hear what you're saying, and it has it's not inconceivable for sure, because at the end of the day, you don't lead in with that, oh yeah, by the way, one day I might pack my bags, and
you know, it's just part of your terms and conditions, and
the stuff that nobody reads, right?
Yeah, like look at Loblaws, they just decide, you know, Pressman was at the mercy of all those clients. Like, they decide, you know what, we're not renewing, or more like Morrison's decide, you know what, we're not renewing. Well, guess what, Pressman just has to close their office in the UK. Like, sorry everyone who dropped your career with companies that were reputable and long-standing to come work for a company you never heard of, and 2 years later you're out of a job. Yeah, sorry. But those are the risks. I remember when we started Top Shelf and the guy from Springboard came in, he was freaking out because he thought it meant the end of his business. but it didn't. He was
No, Springboard actually did well.
Yeah, because they serve the need.
Yeah.
Like as much as our tools were better than the tools that the industry had previously, there's still this space for somebody like Springboard to do what they do. I'm not telling you what to do or whatever. It just feels like there's an opportunity there, which I'm kind of pursuing with my coaching group. So.
Let's put it this way. I do not disagree. In fact, but that's, I guess what I'm trying to say is there is a way of building a community, or at least attempt to build a community. And yeah,
I feel like the nutritionist community is kind of like, well, and I suppose the coaching community is like this too. And it just reminds me of real estate, where your colleagues are also your competitors.
Well, see, the thing is, that is right on the point. And it's not true, but that's how people feel.
Yeah. It's
not absolutely not true. And the reason that people feel this way is because it's amazing that we've came full circle on this discussion. You know why they feel this way? Is because they don't have a niche. Why? Because if they had a niche, they would have known what they're focusing on, and then they would have seen only those same people who are focusing on the same thing as their competition.
Yeah.
But because everyone says, "Oh, I do digestion," digestion encompasses like a gamut of different problems that people have, and even more people that can have it.
Yeah.
But that's essentially true. But then here's another typical MBA question. What would you rather do? Set out to change people's mindset or cater to the mindset that exists?
Yeah.
I don't know. There are both answers have a valid and passionate response, I'm sure. It's just where we find ourselves in.
Yeah.
But so lead magnet, repurposing the profitable nutritionist domain. Creating information and actually posting it. So deliberately putting that content. And I'm going to be using Instagram video quite a bit right now, and then going on to YouTube and posting even some videos that I've already created.
Yeah. Is there a way to do your course so it's free the first X number of lessons, and then it gets to a point where then if people want to continue, then they got to buy?
Yeah, there is.
Whatever. I don't know if that's versus totally free, but that's just a suggestion.
Well, there's two ways to try it out. There is a way of doing that, because I can set in my learning platform however many first lessons are free.
Yeah.
Or I can just turn it into that self-liquidating offer and just sell it for, I don't know, $9.97 through Facebook and see if people buy it. The thing is, and this is bothering me more than anything else, is I'm seeing the results that folks in my group are having, and they're able to pick up the leads very quickly.
Yeah.
I am fearing that the audience, I can't prove it or disprove it, I just have a sense that my audience is not on Facebook.
Right.
That's the problem. And then I'm just throwing money away.
Yeah. Where are they? Good question.
Enlightened question. If I had an answer for that, I don't think I would be in such a
Have you looked to see if there are like nutritionist groups on
Yes.
Facebook. Yeah.
And then I run into a different challenge, which is why I ran most of the stuff with Natalie last time.
Yeah.
Not being a nutritionist myself, I can't get into those groups.
Right.
But that gives me an idea.
Can you figure out
There's nothing stopping me from using Natalie's Facebook and introducing the membership idea on those sites.
Yeah. Well, a lot of the groups have rules against soliciting business.
Yes.
And they'll take your post down, and they'll kick you out.
Yeah. No, I would not be doing just a post. I would go to the moderators first.
Yeah. Yeah.
You always like I've learned this. It works really well. You just pitch an idea to the admin.
Yeah.
The only challenge is if the admin is it's not a challenge. If the admin is not business savvy and they see it as a threat to their group, well, whatever.
Yeah. Well, I'm wondering, maybe is there opportunities in those to work through their admins to get to do
I want to make their admins affiliates.
A Zoom call. Oh, yeah, do affiliates. I mean, that if you put money in their pocket, but even if they it's like, hey, I want to service your group. How about you offer this free call to your group and see if you get take the whatever had the most engagement, which is like, I don't know how narrow you can get in terms of the niche, but can you turn something into a 20 or 30 minute presentation with Q&A? So it's like an hour session, and come on and talk to everybody about how you want to help them become profitable nutritionists.
It's actually a good idea.
And you can offer, I don't know, free content. You can offer discounts to people who sign up from that group. I know, Matt, like one of the things I pick up on with this coaching group that I'm in, and I got to believe nutritionists are similar, that they're almost starving for camaraderie amongst their peers because they are on an island of their own.
Yeah.
What it is they're trying to do.
I like your analogies. Your analogies are great. I have to say, like on an island of their own.
That one I came up with on my own. The other ones I was just repeating what I've already heard from somebody else.
Yeah, I like the career is like driving in a fog. You only see 20 feet ahead of you.
Yeah.
2 feet ahead of you.
20 feet, yeah.
This is all good stuff.
I just think of, you and I are in a similar situation. We were in a similar situation 4 months ago where we had an idea and had nothing. Now we have all kinds of content and knowledge and experience doing different things, but we still have nothing. But we're in a much better place today than we were 4 months ago, I think.
Oh yeah, and much wiser.
Yeah, exactly.
Now we just need to turn that into something that resonates with people.
Yeah.
Actually, that is a good idea. I need to think through how I would structure the website.
And even if you just did a page that had something very brief at the top, that just explains what it is you're trying to do, and then have your 3 or 4 testimonials that you just got. Is that enough to reach out to these people that run these groups and say, I'd love to connect with with you to talk about having a presentation with your group. I'm happy to do a presentation just for you so you see what it's all about. But here's my sales page, or you wouldn't call it a sales page, but if you're, I just ran this test with this group, getting good traction and looking to expand the reach of it. I don't know, whatever. Figure out what their cheese is, I guess. Like part of the cheese for the admin of these groups, I guess, is they want to add value to their group.
Not all of them, but in just saying that, I also recognize it, like, don't answer other people's questions for them.
Yeah.
It's like, I just immediately assume that they don't, but
yeah. Well, maybe it's a research opportunity too. Like maybe that's where you start, is can you get enough interest to have somebody fill out a survey?
Yeah. So now I need to port one site to another domain.
Yeah.
That's going to be a fun afternoon. I need to Google if I can port. And I've actually just remembered, as we were talking, another idea that I had. Remember, I wanted to teach at one of the schools.
Yeah.
I never went through with pitching that, so I need to create a good email story to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think you emailed some people and they never got back to you or something.
No, but that was me asking them to promote me. In this particular case, I'm sort of looking for. I'm recommending myself as faculty.
Yeah. Yeah. The one of the interesting things my guys talked about too is there's more than one way to get paid. Yes. Meaning, how do you trade your time or your services for something other than money? So it's kind of like, you'll do a presentation, it'll give you a chance to pitch your product. Or my guys talked about, like, he's going to somebody asked him to do a talk somewhere and they only had so much in their budget, they couldn't pay his fee. But he said, okay, well, how about everyone, you buy my book for everyone in the whole audience. So that's whatever that's worth. And I don't know, whatever else it was, but looking for opportunities like that where you're not just getting, you're trading what you're doing for access, basically.
Yeah.
That's what I got to figure out too.
Sorry, hold on. Once again, I got sidetracked with. So Greg, which email do you want me to use?
Whichever. You can use the Gmail account or the new one, greg@teamuyp.com.
Greg at teamuyp. Oh wow, you're getting fancy. Okay.
It's funny because on Thursday that email still wasn't working, and somehow over the weekend now it is working. So I don't know, my IP addresses had reset, or I don't know. But I'm not questioning. I'm just happy it's working. Well, I got my vaccine on Friday too.
You did?
Yeah.
Good for you. How are you feeling?
Fine. My arm was a little sore and I was a little tired yesterday, but other than that, no adverse reactions.
That's good. That's good. Oh, where is it? Where is it? Oh, here we go. Facebook copy. Which one did you get?
The AstraZeneca. Yeah. Because they open it up at pharmacies.
Yep.
So there's a Rexall down the street. They had to submit a waiting list. Like a few days later, they email you to pick appointments, and a few clicks and you're signed up. And
good stuff.
My wife's going on Wednesday. So it's funny because I got mine in the morning before our call, the email that it was open to book. As I was about to book times, they started disappearing off the screen. So I ended up getting Friday. And my wife was sleeping in or something. I don't know. She's on vacation, but then I thought, well, I'll just get her health card out of her purse, and I'll book her appointment. By the time in 20 minutes, now the earliest appointment was on Wednesday, so it was like
Oh, wow.
5 days later.
Oh, wow. That is
It's good. Like, you go to the drugstore, it's not even busy. There's like 3 people there, and get your shot, sit there for 15 minutes, make sure nothing happens, and then you leave.
Cool.
Like all these people, like my in-laws, they had to go stand in line for, I don't know, quite a while.
Wow. Yeah, that's interesting. That's interesting. Well, that's good. That's good, man. Well, no adverse reactions. That's like great.
No, I got to get a second one in 16 weeks or something.
Okay.
But
Did you get your passport or whatever that thing?
no, they said you're supposed to get something emailed to you.
Okay. Email to you.
Yeah.
What, like an app to download?
Well, I don't know. She said you'll get an email from the government.
Okay.
This was Friday at 7:30, so I don't know. I didn't see anything over the weekend. I'm sure it takes them a while to process things, but
Yeah, that would be interesting. Tell me what they send you.
yeah.
All right. Well, we almost had an hour, so I'm just gonna pack this up and post it on our share drive.
Sounds good.
Talk to you tomorrow, my friend.
All right, man. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.